Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week where 2 to 4 old guys and one Force Ghost talk about old games.
Not to be weird or anything, but how's the waveform looking?
I double checked. Okay. We're good. I made sure we're on the proper audio.
Good, great.
We all look good.
I just didn't want to ask that question.
I fucked up Artie Lightfoot. Jacob couldn't even listen to it. So
Couldn't.
So this is the last TADPOG episode of 2015.
That's a weird feeling.
Mm-hmm. Our year in review of all things about the podcast.
Can you answer a serious question for me? Anybody here? Because I do not know the answer to this question. Is it year in review or is it year end review? Because I could see it going either way.
I had to look it up. It is
Year in review?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to help us round this out, we have, and it's been forever. It's been a fucking long time. So the biggest fan from the first half of 2015 and the biggest fan from the second half of 2015. So representing quarter one, Jon Turley of Burger Bottom fame.
That's right.
Yes.
You heard
What's
it
up,
here
TADPOG
first.
Nation?
And representing the second half, one rather wizened sage, Ian Chandler.
Yes.
Excellent.
I like that.
And because he
That's my
died
title now,
and is
John.
now a Force Ghost
It's
joining
better
us
than
from
Burger
beyond,
Bottom.
Jacob York.
Jacob.
Hello. You guys are gonna feel so
Force Ghost.
bad if I die.
Yeah, turn it up.
You won't want
He's
me to
right
get
there.
out.
Force Ghost, Jacob York.
I feel like a studio audience.
Yeah.
Great. I'm like, ooh, a live taping of TADPOG.
We need an
Do you want to come around to
No,
face the
I'm-
microphones?
No, I'm kind of enjoying it.
Okay.
I do have something to try.
I
John,
hope our listener is.
John, if you want to give us the intro.
Okay, these are my mother-in-law's cake balls. They are basically cake dough.
I was hoping you were going to say they are basically cake
Balls.
balls.
The balls. You remove
It's like if
the
you want to
balls
take cake.
from the cake.
Here's the explanation.
They're
of cake balls.
they're like
She literally bakes a cake and then just digs her hands into it and
there's
makes balls.
cocaine in there. Just so you know.
Oh,
No,
sweet
not really.
God.
But there's enough sugar that it
I'm
might
not
as
allowed to
well
have
be
that.
Coke in there.
Man,
Yeah.
that is sweet.
Yeah, it's basically cake batter dipped in white chocolate covered in sprinkles. It's pretty fucking amazing.
Oh, this is good.
Good.
Your mother-in-law makes some pretty good balls, John.
I know, right?
I like white
can't
chocolate.
even-
I know a lot of people don't.
I love white chocolate.
I
Man.
am not generally a fan of white chocolate. I'm a dark chocolate kind of guy.
I am too, but it works with this like yellow cake
Yeah, it's
mix
good flavor.
stuff that's going on in here.
As
If Meg were here, she would leave the annex. She hates white
Hates
chocolate.
white chocolate?
Really?
Tanya as well. Can't
Wow.
stand it. She thinks it's like the devil. I can't
It's
finish
not
that.
technically
It's
chocolate.
delicious, but I can't finish it.
White
What is
chocolate
it?
cannot be classified
There's
as
a lot
chocolate.
of
What is
sugar.
it?
Pure sugar.
It doesn't. Basically, it has milk solids, but all the cocoa butter is taken out of it. So all the things that make chocolate is not in this.
Yeah, this is just diabetes in a circular form.
It was like you just explained Bioshock 2 to me.
We all have made. It's last day of Christmas, New Year's, whatever. We've dipped into eggnog a little bit.
Well,
It's fine.
Oh, man. Tyler's explaining my weirdness.
Very rarely, when Dave brings up Vuvuzela, something's going on.
It's a reggaeton horn. Come on, be fair.
It's Kentucky straight bourbon eggnog.
Yeah.
It's small batch, aged 9 years. 120
120
proof eggnog.
And I'm gonna go ahead and do my part real quick so we can get on with the show because we're all going to what? We're going where?
Well, we're gonna see Star Wars for the second time.
And Jon Turley,
except for
we're going
John.
to escort John for his first viewing of
Yes.
The Force Awakens.
That's right. I'll be
No
deflowered
spoilers.
tonight.
So I have brought Christmas presents for Tyler and Dave. John has already received his Christmas present from me in the form of a
Blowjob.
repaired iPhone.
That's right.
Josh, I didn't even know you were going to be here, so I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. So,
Well, his name's Jacob, first of all.
I looked up and I was like, I don't know if I heard the thing that I think I heard.
You just let it go,
Please.
too, man.
please, Jacob, correct me when I make a fucking...
I thought about it.
I'm sorry.
Well, more than likely, Jacob had to be like, "Am I Josh?" Maybe I am. It's kind of at that point where it's
feels-
like, "Wait a minute, is he wrong or am I wrong?"
I apologize, Jacob.
That's fine.
I've known you for an hour.
Yeah.
You've imbibed and known him for an hour. It's okay.
And-
An hour it's been.
I really like you. So, Jacob it is. From now on, I promise. I have a present for you, Dave.
Okay, I'm excited. What? Oh, this is nice.
I know you. So, tell him what it is.
All right, it's a. I don't know what they are officially called, so I'm
Pop
going to
vinyl.
sound like an idiot. Okay, it's a pop vinyl X-Men Deadpool, not regular Deadpool, X-Men Deadpool, from a very brief appearance in the comics. It's awesome.
Most of the pop vinyl figures have a series. This one belongs to no series.
I love this.
It is by itself.
I love
standalone.
this.
I'm
Thank
glad.
you.
You're very welcome. And for you, Tyler,
I so nearly bought this when I was amiibo hunting the other day. I so nearly bought this. This is a pop vinyl Booker DeWitt from BioShock Infinite.
Oh,
Like this.
dude,
So I was like,
that is awesome.
I held this in my hand,
Yeah.
this and the Songbird one, and I was like, no, I think I'm gonna get Henry a birthday present.
Oh man, I would have understood.
I am so. I don't know if I should be embarrassed to admit this. I labored over that for an hour. I didn't know
You
which
chose
one.
well.
I texted Dave. This is what I was texting you about last night. They had a bunch of Game of Thrones ones and all this stuff, and I couldn't find one that really to me spoke Tyler. Went to GameStop, saw that, done.
good to know.
Easiest choice I ever
Perfect.
made. So
Perfect.
good. I'm glad you like it. Merry Christmas, fellas.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for-
you
you.
very
Thanks for
much.
having us.
Very, very good, well thought gifts.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Now, enough about me. On to 2015.
So 2015, this was I think the best year of Tadpog so far.
Really?
Because I feel like this has been the biggest year of milestones. One, this is the year we finish IGN's list.
Yeah, you're right.
It feels like it's been longer than that, but we finished it in January.
It does feel like that is much longer.
Yep. So I guess going through that list, parts of it nearly drove us crazy.
Of IGN's list?
IGN's list.
Yeah, some of
It's
it.
not nearly like it planted the seeds of.
I'm comparing it
fuck.
to a thing that I'm sure you're going to bring up in just a moment.
So then we knocked out some of the eventually list and then started and finished the N64 list.
Oh, there's the one.
Yeah.
That one stings still.
Dorkleys.
I cannot stress enough how ironic it is that that you bring up that fucking N64 list every other episode, and you always like, all right, you know it's getting ratings. Come on. I don't think you hated it as much as you thought.
I am thoroughly glad we did it. I'm very, very glad we did it. I would not change it. But it definitely taught us some lessons and things about how we want to proceed in the podcast from here out.
and not be miserable doing it.
Yeah.
So
I hand it to you. You powered through it. That's where I started picking up the show. Was
Yeah.
shortly before that started, and you guys, kudos.
Oh.
You handled it like professional.
that was the
some of it.
darkest. I feel like that's the darkest Tadpog skies have been.
I can feel your
That was-
sadness through the
Through that list, there
waves
was a
of the
lot
internet.
of private heart-to-hearts on Facebook about, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the mark of a true professional.
And,
You
and
did
while it's
well.
on my
You did
mind,
well.
it just popped into my head. Because, I mean, back whenever we used to do Tadpog at Dave's house, into like the second annex in Dave's house, that, remember, John, whenever you were over at Dave's on Tuesdays, like I would show up, and we're friends, we love each other.
Yeah.
So I don't take it as a personal affront to me, but whenever I would come over, you would know recording is imminent. I have to get the fuck out.
Yes.
So
you
I
would run out of my house.
for the longest time, I only saw you as in, see ya, and that was it.
I had an extreme aversion to the microphone.
You did. You
I
were
was
really
not- I was
squeamish.
very afraid to be heard.
And that's
on the
crazy.
mic.
It's like you were like one of the.
No, he was like, what the fuck? Nah, for real. Like Tyler would show up, and like about 10 minutes later, I was like, all right, see ya.
You got that.
I could
sexy
like
radio
hear your
voice and
dick
shit?
retract into your stomach.
You were like one of the first people to see the TADPOG setup, besides Tyler.
Yeah.
You got that sexy radio voice, Jon Turley. Come on now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
that's
there
good.
it is.
I feel like we were in the 80s whenever you were around, and like we got you to say like, "I'll be on Super Street Fighter. I'll be on Super Street Fighter." And that's like number 6.
We're all is everyone visualizing that as like an old footage from like the JFK assassination or something? Yeah.
A long time ago.
It's like it's on 8mm.
Thank you. That's a much simpler way to say the thing that I was trying to say.
like in a smoky interrogation room. John, I'm gonna need you to do this.
Zapruder like.
You'll never make me talk, Kappa.
That's the thing. It's much like this show. All of those shows, I felt I was completely unqualified to be on. So I didn't. And like
We're
little did I
unqualified for the
know,
shows that we did.
little did I know, you had a spot for the unqualified guy who would just be like, "I've never played that. Let me ask a question about it."
yeah.
Well, like here, I've only heard like the beginning of 2015. So you know,
We're like
I'm
the
totally
mafia. We'll
unqualified
just
to be
make a
here now.
job for you to collect. It's fine.
But I'm gonna blast through that as soon as I get back. So
Okay.
Because you became then. I don't know. It's close between you and Josh and Nicole as to who's been on the most.
I've got to imagine I've been far surpassed by Josh and Nicole.
I have
by
the
now.
answer to that.
Oh, perfect.
Really?
Perfect.
I did a little research for the year.
Hit us with.
We decided it was the year in review.
That's a good time to hit us with the first set of that stats.
The most appeared guest host on TADPOG, according to the tags in the blog. I did not physically listen
year?
to all the episodes of all time,
Okay.
and I feel like all time's appropriate because we've never announced who is in the lead for guest host. Nicole Nance.
Oh,
I
didn't
believe
expect
that.
that.
Yeah.
She is in the
With how many?
number one spot. Man, I knew someone was going to ask me that question because I spoke with such confidence.
And you weren't
that
prepared.
some guy was going to be like, "Can you please prove your claim?" No, I cannot
You
actually
got
prove
a
that.
source sauce, please.
I believe that it was 51.
I'm coming for you, Nicole.
That is a fucking lot.
That's like almost
Yeah,
30% of the
damn.
episodes, I think.
Damn.
I mean, because the N64 list was chosen with her in mind, so
Yeah.
it's not
Oh, yeah.
super surprising.
I'm coming for you, Nicole. I'm going to do it.
Josh,
See, when he
Josh-
dedicates himself to something, Mr. Chandler is he's coming.
Josh was. You guys are going to love this. That's why I raised my finger. Like John was talking, I just raised my finger like, "Excuse me, sir."
Important point of order.
Josh was one below Nicole.
Yeah.
That deserved the finger raise.
I'm sorry. I had to do it.
Ah, man.
She's never going to let him live that one down.
Because that means, like, John, you've got to be third then.
I guess
I would
so.
wager.
I do not have the third place.
Okay.
I did the weird thing where it's just the first two that no one ever
good.
does.
Bronze medal.
wanted to be
Fuck
different.
you.
Now, did you pull a Steve Harvey and get that wrong?
I haven't seen that yet. Isn't it weird
So-
that we live?
that I heard about. Yeah,
He
the Miss
announced
Universe
the wrong
thing,
Miss
right?
Universe
The
winner.
look on that chick's face.
Oh.
Oh man.
I just think it's weird that I can live in a universe where I hear about the thing that I didn't see using the very thing that I didn't use.
Oh, my goodness.
No, because and then before, like, because then you got on board and it was like every Tuesday. It was fantastic.
Yeah, just
then
about.
you had to go into your own helicopter shop
Yes.
And
Well, I had a kid. Yeah, there was the kid. The second kid came. That was like, yeah. That
do you
put a
know?
hurt
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now what makes me a shitty friend, John. I'm gonna tell you because I want to clarify it. I was hoping you would clarify it, but you're not. So you said kid. I do not know the name of your second child.
That's okay. That's okay. Because when I came back from AIT, I was like,
Where's the other one?
no, I was
You know,
trying
Shorty.
I was
Charlie
trying
and
to
the
think,
noob.
Noob is an
I
excellent.
was trying to think of the name of your kid, and I was like,
Casper.
Kenna. Yeah, that's it. No, it's Owen. It's
Oh,
Owen.
okay. That's what. Yeah.
Yeah, here's how shitty I am. Just a little less shitty than Tyler. When Tyler asked me, I was like, Owen?
Because basically like
Owen question mark?
It was definitely a question
yeah,
mark.
we recorded with you. We played Naruto for a long time in order to record it,
Oh,
and then
fuck yeah.
Andy gave birth the next day, and I didn't see you again.
Yeah. Wow, I
Yeah.
forgot that was the timeline.
Yeah.
That's about right, though. Yeah. Man, oh God, playing Naruto, that was so much fun.
We got to
Yeah.
talk about it. We have to talk about it sometime.
Because
that's
man,
in the works.
there are a ton
When I
of
get
Naruto
back-
games,
when I
and
get
not a lot of
back-
good ones.
That one's
Yeah.
fuck.
You're back now, John.
Well, no, you know what I mean. When I'm back.
I got you.
I still got 2 weeks.
So to make a Naruto reference, when you had to go, you passed your will of fire onto Ian. You're like, no, you have to go on the show.
Every fucking day, John Turley shows up to work. Dude, have you been listening to TADPOG? And I'm like, no, I haven't been fucking listening to TADPOG. He's like, dude, you would love that fucking show. You've
I'm
got to
fucking
listen to the show.
proselytizing that shit.
Every day
Thank you,
he
John.
pulls up, have you listened to TADPOG? I'm like, no. He leaves, and I'm like, well, now that my life partner is gone, I am going to get as close as I can because I missed Dave anyway.
A hetero
And I
life
was
mate.
gonna- Yes, I was going to get as close as I could to being around John Turley, and I committed to TADPOG, and now look at me. I can't stop coming over here. So
And we love
thank you, John. And I give him money every month.
it. Yes, he does. It's amazing.
Actual dollars.
You're the only one here that doesn't, John.
So who's the real fan now?
I've given you so much whiskey.
I put the headphones down in shame.
Damn.
I'm gonna.
Jeez.
I bought you a poster.
John, at this point in time, I would understand if you didn't.
The shame.
That's whew. I
the
feel the
first-
heat off of that one.
So in his defense, he brought me into the fold, and here I am for
Right,
better or worse.
you wouldn't have this guy if it wasn't for me.
You wouldn't have.
true.
You probably now. I think I might hold the record for oldest guest host.
Yeah, you do.
You do.
Sweet, I'll take it.
You, I
Until-
think
Until
Jason.
Tyler's dad comes on.
Until my dad comes in. And I think it's you and then Jason. Jason's 37.
I will never be able.
So he's
to,
got me even. Wow.
I'll never be able to throw
Oh.
out the jokes like your dad. So.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody can.
No one can read jokes out of a Milton Berle book like my dad. So
Next Patreon episode.
one where Randy, like an audiobook, reads
Just
the best
straight
of Milton
read.
Berle.
90
Like-
minutes.
It's a one-man show where your father is portraying Milton Berle.
There's no inflection in tone.
No,
either.
I have seen my dad, like he's had that book forever, and he used to do the Sunday service opening at church, like people who get there at like
Oh,
6.
God.
So the night before, I've seen my dad so many times in his recliner, whitey tidies, Milton Berle book out, like glasses, like he's doing fucking research on Great Cthulhu, and he's just like writing down like jokes.
Oh man, you just painted a fucking image, dude.
God.
I can even tell you what he would be eating.
I
'Cause
can
my dad.
imagine being at that service.
Please say fucking cranberry
Wow.
sauce.
Oh, God, that's a delicacy, Dave. You have that once a year. Otherwise, my dad would have a glass of milk with 2 to 3 slices of white bread shoved into it, and he would eat with a spoon.
Oh my god.
Nasty. Oh.
What did he call that? Is there a name for that?
I fucking milk bread, goddammit. That's milk bread.
Gross your kids out. Because Ryan and I were like, what the fuck is this? He made us try it. It's just like,
No.
this is awful.
So, if anyone wants to send us some milk bread, what's our P.O. box?
Was it warm? Did he heat it
It was
up?
cold. It was cold.
Oh,
It was
that's
cold.
even worse somehow. I don't
think warm. I think it would be worse warm.
I don't know. I can't.
In
it'd
fact,
be
I just
bad
felt
either
the-
way. That's
But the first time I met you, Ian, was playing Dave's game. So like after Dave, like after we all meet, like I friend everybody on Facebook.
My D&D game.
We gotta
D&D
pick that
game.
back up, by the way.
fuck. Yes, we do.
And Dave. So I was like,
I've been gone for 4 fucking months, but I'm gonna call Dave out.
because I sent you a friend request, whatever, when we were friends, and I was
I'll
like,
buy that
I want to
Tiamat
get
figure.
Tadpog's listens up. I invited you to like Tadpog so many times. Before you were actually on, like, Ian, okay, I'll like Ian's phone repair. Okay, maybe he'll like Tadpog in return.
Oh no, I
Nope.
liked Tad. I did. That is incorrect. I liked Tadpog on Facebook, but it was a lie because I didn't know anything about it.
Damn, I didn't know we were in court.
However,
Ian Senpai.
All right, Mr. Chandler. So you say that you like Tadpog?
We need to have the
Hearsay.
Tadpog trials. We honestly do at some point, and it will most certainly ruin the show. Like, it's just a fissure that can never be.
your remaining 5 listeners
Yeah.
will
Like,
Excellent.
all that's left is Adam Long. He's the only one.
hang in
Because
there.
he's not on social media or anything, so he's like just the angel who comes in and is guiltless. He's the only one.
And he's nodding his head when you mention milk bread. He's like, "Oh yeah, that shit's good."
You said he was from Utah, right? Like,
That's Nate. Nate's from
Nate.
Utah.
Oh, Nate's
Tadpog is
Nate's
the
had milk bread, I'm sure.
yeah,
Utah,
It's Utah. For Christ's sake.
That's like
Tadpog
the state
is
bird there.
But I'm thoroughly glad that now we're in the last show of the year. Everyone's together and we're all
Raucous.
We're all good.
We are
Yeah,
raucous.
good.
Tadpog is the Milton Berle book of our generation. When I am that age, it's milk bread, tidy whities, and Tadpog.
What can I say to church this morning? Well, when I was the cool guy who went to glory holes. Like, yeah.
the one where 4 drunk guys bullshit for an hour.
Yeah, someone probably will like this. I hope it's whoever's listening now.
Once again, thank you, Adam.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, for real, dude.
And your looks of horror are completely understandable right now. As you're in your car, like, what the fuck are these guys doing? What is happening?
Remember the good old days when they talk about Super Nintendo games? I don't know why they sounded like that.
And occasionally dicks. I like the good occasional dick, like any man does.
Nothing wrong with a little butthole talk from now time to time.
Yeah, it was like 40% Nintendo, 60% butthole.
And when that dick was sometime attached to Bailey J, it was still good. It was still good.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Please put a badge on the show notes picture tonight.
Yes.
That says now with 60% more butthole.
Okay. Ian, please remind me.
I will. Do it.
I will forget that
This will
because I
happen.
do forget everything that
forget
happens
that.
when we
Yeah,
record.
yeah, it's same. Yeah, exactly.
I cannot
the
remember
same
a
thing.
damn thing.
Oh, you're
once
gonna remember
once the
this
mics
night.
turn off.
All right, so before that, tangent upon tangent upon tangent, the N64 list.
Yeah.
I think because we completely missed that to get Nicole on the show more because I feel
We
like
missed
having
her.
a girl is good.
We missed
you
her.
know, and she's good on the show.
She's good.
And then we
job.
missed that because we wanted to partake in it, and I think it kind of taught us that like man, anything beyond the 16-bit generation takes a long fucking time.
Long time to play. Long time to get through.
So
Those
it was,
games are, wow.
Yeah, it was. I remember because when we first started the SNES list, we talked about it before. Like I'd go over to your house and we would knock out a game.
We would beat
in a
it.
setting
We
and
would finish
beat
it
together. Yep.
Jacob was there when we beat Tiny Toons. Buster Bust Loose.
Saw it with my own eyes.
Because it was yeah.
That did not happen with the N64.
No, that was the great time of we got us. That was the separation of, all right, I'll see you in a few days while we play these games.
Absolutely.
So-
And that was a sad moment. Like that would
Yeah.
bum me out because it was one of those things where it's like, I don't know how Tyler's feeling about this, just in general. So just kind of, I don't know, weird.
See, and now we have babies that are preventing us from being able to do it. So
Yeah.
it's probably not going to happen.
Legal
again.
obligations.
Yeah. We want to stay out of jail.
Yeah, that would be preferable.
Mr. Moore,
Everything's
we
fine.
got
here.
a call.
How are you?
No, social services calls before they come.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Just saying.
No, it's funny. It's funny. I know this may be a little bit out of sorts, but you mentioned a long time ago, and I think you've probably mentioned it before
I have?
on the show.
We have.
in general about how and I've mentioned it to several other people about how the dynamic of when you're young, you want a game to be long.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
quality versus quantity shifts entirely to when you're an adult, and it's
Yeah.
like
Everyone's a size queen when they're young. Everyone.
you're like, oh, it's a really good game. How long is it? How many hours am I going to be able to throw at
It's
this
cost
game?
benefit. It's
Right,
cost benefit.
yeah, because you've
Absolutely.
got, like you said, the equation was money versus time, and you've got no
Oh,
money
yeah.
but shitloads of time.
Oh, yeah.
Versus when you're an adult, like you want to knock that shit out.
Like when you're
quick
adult,
now.
you have no money and no time. So
Well, it's like you just want it to be really good, but you want to get that shit over with so you can get back to doing adult shit. Like,
Well,
like, fuck
It's
it.
the opposite.
Fuck it. Like, I'm either playing a game or beat this game and get to some fucking
I didn't think that, except for how you said
adults.
oh man, see,
You like gave so
just
much
dug in there.
Pay my water bill and fuck a bitch. Yeah, adult shit.
I gotta do some online banking, and then I'm gonna hit that shit from behind, baby.
I'm gonna jerk it to niche pornography and then clear my browser history. Adult shit.
I mean, that's what adults do, right? I mean, that's,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how we're all laughing. We're like, yeah.
It's funny because it's true.
I don't clear my browser history, y'all. Don't do it.
Give zero fucks.
I'm just like, hey, watch this.
Because
You might
have
like
to
it.
find some shit
Well,
later.
incognito mode. So I don't clear it either. I just
I don't clear my browser history, but I'm currently using Galen's computer a lot. I clear her browser.
she flicks it to some weird shit. So before you sit down, you clear the browser history.
That's
Not after.
That's just being polite.
And I don't want her to know. I don't want her to log on to her Google Chrome and see. God.
What kind of
I'm
depraved
not any
shit
of these
am I
things.
into?
Where are we going?
So I do that, and also that seems polite. But if I'm online, I wouldn't give a shit. My computer and be like, you can get on it, and if you see something, then that's your fucking.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been digging in my shit.
Well, I'll just say I was on eFuck because it's funny. That's all you'll hear.
Do you ever worry about that, like jerk off accountability? Where you're worried that somehow someone's going to find out, oh, God, this just happened. And like you're like, shit, I got to like cover my fucking tracks on this one for sure. That sounded really fucking sinister. It's not like the bad thing that you just imagined.
You guys get frustrated when you log on to Tor to get your dart off of pornography and load super slow.
Ratchet that back about 2 notches, and that's where I am. So, in fact, can we just edit out the last 2 minutes or so? I feel a lot more comfortable.
Nope. Not a fucking chance.
The only thing that I've done, like, and it's been years, is like
God.
I'll have 13 tabs, 14 tabs across, fully loaded. That
a lot of RAM.
I've used them. I'm done.
He's got a really good video card.
I'll minimize it, and then forget about it.
Oh shit!
Forget about it. That's the only way shit happens. And one time.
Oh no!
Please say Meg. Please say Meg.
Because,
Please say Meg.
no, it's Jacob. So it was okay. That we were gonna play, I think, Walking Dead, like the Telltale Walking Dead,
Yes.
and I hooked my laptop up to the TV, and I was like alt tabbing over to Steam, hit that pornography bar, and then just like 14 bars of just shady pornography pop up, and like Jacob comments, and I don't acknowledge his words. I walk over, exit out the screen, bring up Walking Dead, and sit back down.
Like a boss.
And he didn't acknowledge my lack of acknowledgement. We just played the game.
Because that's what men do.
That's right. That's right.
I don't judge
We all
you.
know what that is. No need to draw attention to it.
We know. Oh man.
Hey,
Fuck.
do you think we have any first-time listeners?
Oh God, I hope not.
No, I fucking hope so.
Well, you had some first time listeners.
We do now that the word's gotten out about this, and
Oh.
2 weeks later, there's a huge bump.
You're Jacob from
God.
2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, 2 years.
Forced
That's when
ghost
TADPOG's
Jacob.
really going to break in 2 years.
Don't worry, you guys.
Well, like consistently, I guess now's a good time.
Tadpog bucks.
Every year that we usually get 1,000 more average listens, 100 more people on Facebook, and like 100 more people on Twitter. That's been our pretty solid growth so far. Recently, we had an unexpected bump. Still don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know why.
So we're on track for
This guy.
for the next year to get another 100.
It's possible. It's because of me.
this
I'll
guy.
just take credit for it.
I mean, for the last several years, our highest listened episode was Rock and Roll Racing. Don't know why. I don't know.
idea.
Nothing in the show notes is like I don't understand. I don't know what
idea.
drew people to that one. And like anytime I watch on like YouTube,
Maybe I
that's
need to
always
go
on
back and
like
listen to that.
hidden gems and stuff like that. Like it's not like a super like popular game. I would have figured Chrono Trigger. What people
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
search for on Google will have more
Maybe
hits.
find it, yeah.
No, that game.
But I'm bad at SEO, so don't even count on them finding it. That's how cool TADPOG is. We're so poor at marketing ourselves that we're like unintentionally underground cool.
We just don't know how. Yost.
Hipster.
Number one listened episode. Number one listened episode. Coors Light Super Refreshman by 300%.
What?
Wow.
So
Holy
in a matter
shit.
of weeks, it blew out what had been number one for years.
Yeah.
How is that fucking?
I do not know what
I
happened.
can't wait to listen to that episode. Now.
And I even searched on like Reddit. I was like, did
Coors retweet
did we-
us?
Yeah, did we hit on Reddit or something? Yeah, exactly.
Listen, the way you guys rip into adver games has
Oh yeah, the advert games are fucking.
those are my
great.
favorite episodes too.
God
So I can
damn.
absolutely see why that
see,
happened.
I
I haven't listened
love-
to it yet.
I loved that episode because it was an adver game that you had to admit was kind of good.
So
hey.
people love to hear us defeated, Tyler.
And Jacob loved Adam saying he was the perfect man. That happened on that episode too.
It was.
There you go.
Wait, he said you were the perfect man.
Yeah, I did send that clip to my grandmother. So
Although Jacob, like recently, Adam did break your heart as of
he
the last
did.
call-in show.
He said that Brandon was his favorite.
Oh fuck that.
And it's not about me being his favorite, but it's like
I love
why
you, Brandon.
Why that big-dicked asshole? I don't fucking
just-
get it.
Wait a minute. His big dicked asshole.
His big dick. His dick is so big it's hanging out of his asshole.
He's spreading out the edges.
It's because of tropical Capricorn.
Okay, that's
Wow.
fair.
It sounded
that's
like one
fair.
of those things where it's like someone's got a case of the big dicked
I
asshole.
co-hosted with Brandon.
You co-hosted with Brandon.
Someone's asshole been big dicked.
Oh,
That's like the name of a band that would be on like the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack.
Some overly
Big
90s
dick
band.
asshole.
yeah, big dick asshole. That
Was
is-
it Mary Mo or Mary?
Yes.
Okay.
It was Mary
No,
Mo.
it wasn't Mary Moo.
It was Mary Moo.
The debate rages on. Only 90 kids will understand.
Listen, why don't you ask her? She's an intellectual.
You guys remember Real Monsters?
Hey,
thought
Jacob,
you meant like,
that's a Super Nintendo game that I want to do.
I believe it.
I'm looking
Wait,
forward
which
to Real
one?
Monsters,
Yes.
the Super Nintendo game. You're probably John. It's
You
okay.
guys-
I don't even
guys-
know what the
that's
fuck
past
you're
your
talking
time.
about.
Yeah,
I'm-
it is. Yeah, way past
I'm
your
familiar with Our Real Monsters because I have a son who watched the
There
show
you
when he
go.
was younger.
What the? Y'all could be talking Japanese. I
The
would
weirdest fucking shit. What? Speaking of Japanese, yeah.
Well,
All real?
it's not as weird as it seems.
Okay, well, you were going to see Star Wars.
Like oral? Like
No.
No, like real monsters.
H. Okay.
Man, this episode just got really weird. Like this went from like a 9 on the weird scale up to like a 12, and then it dipped back down a few times.
The one where everyone tells John how to pronounce Nicktoons.
I typed it out on my
Typed it
phone.
out and showed it to me on his phone, like,
It's to the point where I kind of feel like this should be a Patreon exclusive.
Never.
Is it because it's performance art?
I think it's sort of, I don't know. There's something about this episode that feels very off the rails.
Drunk.
oh, yeah.
Rails.
I wonder.
I don't think that, I think the regular listeners will love. But I don't know how new listeners.
Well, hopefully
yeah.
no one starts with a year-end review.
Yeah,
That's what I would
I
hope.
mean, come on.
A year-end review,
Don't
I
do
can
that.
understand.
Yeah.
You're cheating yourself. You're cheating yourself if you start with the year in.
You don't
review.
start watching Golden Girls on a clip show.
No.
You start on
No.
a regular
You
episode.
just don't get it.
Oh my God.
Clip
What if,
shows. God.
what if the first time you saw an episode of Golden Girls, it was a clip show, and you just assumed, and you loved it. You loved it, and you're like, oh man, I love this. I mean, this is everything about it is so great.
Did they
I
all
don't
do-
understand how it's comic genius.
You argue with people like Family Guy wasn't the first half cut. That was Golden Girls. They had the random cuts.
And then
to
on your
different things.
second viewing, you're so let down. You're like,
Oh, this is really slow.
I don't understand. I love this
Very
thing, and they
singular.
changed it.
One consistent story.
That's not funny. That's not
I
funny.
get that anywhere.
Did they all do clip shows? Like, did all
I'll
of
watch
those-
Mod for that, B. Arthur. Do something edgy.
Was there like Who's the Boss clip show? Did they do a Who's the Boss?
course
Like
they
almost
did.
all of them.
Every
fucking
one
did.
of those sitcoms did a clip
Fucking
show.
loved Who's the Boss.
Who's the Boss was good.
Never got into Who's the Boss.
Yeah, I was okay with
loved
this
it.
boss.
I thought I liked looking at Alyssa Milano.
Well,
I was
I mean,
okay
who
with
didn't,
that.
right? I
Still do.
Alyssa Milano.
I'd fuck Judith
Man, that
Light.
was one
I
of
don't
the.
give a shit.
I thought she was so attractive. I don't know what was said.
John said something. That was the most ridiculous in the gangsta voice that he used.
Hell, I'd give.
Like you were like hardcore about it. Could you please repeat to the class what you said?
And imagine that, like, a character from New Jack City.
It is the second
made a
time New
New
Jack
Jack City
City has been
reference earlier.
referenced tonight.
God.
So say it again. Go on.
I believe it was something along the lines of, I'd fuck Judith.
Can't even say it with a straight face.
You ain't hard, John. You ain't hard.
Nah, I'd fuck Judith Light though, for real.
For real, though.
Like you know, late '90s Judith Light.
J Light, she got that pussy.
I be seeing her up in them Lifetime movies and shit.
Whoa.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Man, she was banging in them Lifetime shows. Though.
Yeah. Them shoulder pads, son.
Hey, remember that weirdness scale I mentioned like 5 minutes ago? Guess who's back?
Nobody fucking knows who.
We realize we're all gonna get a text from Tyler tomorrow morning that says you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'm the only one 100% sober in this room. So.
You should be
Oh,
ashamed of yourself.
I am sorry for that.
Yeah,
that actually
no,
makes me
that's
feel
okay.
incredibly guilty.
This was college for me. So
Here's what's fucked up is I know because of your like sitcom, you know, your penchant for sitcoms. You know who the fuck Judith Light is.
I do.
Yeah,
I do.
mean, you're the only person your age that knows who the fuck Judith Light
I'll
is.
grab her by her blonde hair and unusually
quaff.
dark roots and just wear it out.
Angela, right? Angela?
And
Yeah,
Got it.
See, I know who she is. I just think it's funny.
You did. You as soon as I said that, you're like,
Yeah, I was, man.
you
That's,
rolled back in your seat.
Everybody just got some John Turley insight.
Yeah,
It's okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hey, man, I fucking liked Who's the Boss a lot.
Well, I mean, your flavor of choice though is the super ginger.
Well, I mean, Mona was a little old at that point. Okay.
I mean, we all have our limits.
Don't act like it didn't work for you on occasion, just not consistently.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly how to put
It's
it.
that niche porn you mentioned earlier.
Because I save all of John's emails he's ever sent me, and every one of them is a girl with red hair and super light skin and freckles, naked.
When I lived in Lexington,
exclusively.
and I would get a notification on my phone, and I'd look down and be like, "Oh, I got an email from Jon Turley. Stop everything I'm doing." What is it? Oh yeah, John. You know what's right.
Consistent.
Oh wow.
This has been like 15 years for me. Since day one.
Hey,
this was one of the first things I knew about you.
I'm Irish. What do you
There
say?
you go. There you go.
would you guys like to guess the next two? I'm sure everyone was like, "Man, I wish Dave would ask me what the next two most listened to episodes are."
Man, I would love.
I think we should guess.
I think that would be good.
Well, I know Super Mario Brothers that data's flawed.
Yes, I'm discounting Super Mario Brothers. because,
Why are
yeah,
we discounting that one?
The count is not right on Super Mario Brothers.
Well,
There
I
was
was on
some
that
technical
one, so
glitch.
go
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Because I remember I logged in that day of like, this has been posted for 6 hours and we have 2,000 listens.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
No.
Super Mario Brothers.
Because it ends up like, it wasn't loaded properly, so people would hit play. It didn't work. Hit play again.
Right, exactly.
That counts as
Oh,
That
wow.
counted again for a
Yeah.
recording, so that's why it was super high.
And that one was on me, by the way.
I'm still
so
taking
sorry
credit for that. I'm sorry. I was on that one. I'm taking credit for it.
Not Mario 64, the original for Nintendo. NES, Super Mario
That
Brothers.
was not on that one. Okay. The most listened to ever in all time
Yeah. Well, no, this year.
this year.
This year.
So what's number 3? Let's start at the bottom.
Okay.
Number 3.
Third most listened to episode this year was Chrono Trigger Part 2.
Okay.
All right. I can see that.
And barely beating it in the number 2 spot. This blew my mind. This blew my mind almost as much as Coors Light Super Refreshment is number 1 blew my mind. Number 2, it's a big number. Shadows of the Empire.
Wow. Yeah. That was a good
Hey,
episode.
though, I mean, motherfuckers.
It was not a good episode for the two of us.
Oh, yeah, we hated it. We hated that game.
That was a rough one.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Mainly because you sounded so uncomfortable and awkward.
I was about to say, people love to hear us in pain, I think.
Right, but I mean, I can see that being a big draw just because it's Shadows of the Empire. You know, I mean, that's a.
But I feel like all the episodes released after Super Refreshment have all been high. Like,
They've been good.
the bump that happened there stayed.
I don't know what happened.
So-
I wish.
Oh, y'all are fucked now, though. I'm sorry.
Why you say that?
This one.
This.
Oh, yeah. This episode. Yeah.
I'm sorry. About
Well, you
that.
know-
it was nice while it lasted, right?
Yeah. We're all about a hard reset on TADPOG.
Just push that power button in and hold it.
I have a list of people that I need to say fuck you to. So I gotta make sure it's all bleached, that everyone's gone, and we can start anew.
It's Festivus. It's the airing of grievances. It's fine. Go for it.
I feel like the nation's gonna like this episode. I'm telling you,
I have
they're
a
not gonna
feeling-
understand any of it, but they're gonna like it.
Yeah, people who are already into Tadpog, I think will enjoy this. It's not going to get anyone into
No.
Tadpog.
It's become
But
a very meta discussion because we're discussing how people's reactions.
we're telling you how you're going to feel depending on who you are.
Right.
We're sorry for that.
This has become the episode. Will you enjoy the episode?
Damn, we just made art.
Sweet.
He said in a southern drawl.
All right, boys. We just made us some art, y'all.
My album submits up to Juilliard, man.
Juilliard. Yeah, that's a good scope.
Achievement unlocked. There it was. Make art. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I have some more data.
Yeah,
If you'd like to
please.
go over it.
Please.
I think
Bring it.
Please.
Sam's boner is only getting bigger, as is Nicole's.
Charts and graphs.
I know
Charts and graphs.
they're both avid fans of Our Data is Beautiful, which is just a
Yes.
subreddit dedicated to just displays of data.
if I'm going to go ahead and throw this out here. If anybody decides that they want to make a PowerPoint presentation based on the things that I'm about to read, and as professional as possible, I guarantee it'll be the funniest fucking thing for Tyler and I. Because let's get into this. I want to know what are the top 10 search terms that gets someone to tadpog.com.
God,
What are people typing in to Google and they wind up on our page.
And I know how fucked up this is. I know how fucked up this is.
Are we ready?
I'm really
Do it.
excited.
It's not that fucked up. It really isn't that fucked up.
For us.
All right. I'm going to do this.
Subjective. Fuck up is subjective.
Yes, it is. It's. I'm going to do this in reverse order. Okay. So 10. I'm going to start with 10.
It was like a David Letterman.
Top 10. You got it. Number 10, Tyler. Jasmine St. Clair.
Nice. Nice. Man. Those are my people.
All right. Spoilers, Tyler. This list is going to change how we do the show.
You're right.
I guarantee it. Number 9, Danny Ash.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know
We are
that reference.
successfully running a porn aggregator site. All right. Number 8, Tadpog Madden.
Okay.
Tadpog Madden, and all lowercase
Okay.
specifically.
And people are like, man, I want to hear these guys talk about
I
football.
want to hear these guys shit on a game I love.
So disappointed, I'm sure.
Next one up at 7.
That was mostly Dennis just spamming that over and over and over again.
He programmed a robot, and I don't mean like code. He programmed a robot
Like a
to type on a
mechanical
keyboard.
robot.
He made something like Jarvis, just like
I love that. Something like Jarvis.
something like Jarvis.
Hey, is that Jarvis? It's
something like Jarvis? Dennis made it, so I don't know.
Number 7, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back iTunes.
Really?
How the fuck?
Okay.
All right.
Number 6, the 6th top search term, Tsunade sex.
Yeah. Okay.
Tsunade is a large-breasted woman from Naruto.
Who the creator made her have the exact same measurements as Hitomi Tanaka, who is Miller's favorite porn star, who is a Japanese porn star with just ridiculously large breasts. I mean, it's not. Yeah, there's anime based on her as opposed to the other way around. That's how ridiculous her proportions are.
Number 5, slash face. Does anyone know if that's a thing or if that's like a murderous phrase?
Slash face.
As a word?
Slash space face.
Oh, God.
I have no
Yeah, it is terrifying, isn't it?
Terrifying.
Because it's like, I think we've made some Guns N' Roses references before, and I know we talked about Chrono Trigger, but I don't know where those two have come together.
Wow.
You would be struck down by slash face.
Number 4, Ashley Shake.
Holy shit.
So clearly we need to have him on the show more often.
And so many people just went, him?
That guy?
Here, I got a clue. I want to clue you in. Ashley Shake is spelled correctly.
That's even more weird, because he's like, there's
Yeah.
no one else in the world with
Nobody's-
that name.
yeah,
He's the only
nobody.
one. So they knew what they were looking for.
Yep. Number 3, I love this one. This is my personal number 1. Number 3, Sandman from Santa Claus 3.
It's a Worf reference because Michael Dorn is Sandman.
Holy shit!
Michael
What?
Dorn is Sandman.
You just blew my
in
fucking
Santa Claus
mind.
3.
You just blew my mind too, and now it's not my favorite anymore.
That's fucking Worf, y'all.
Yeah, Worf is Sandman in Santa
Holy
Claus 3.
shit.
Number 2, Ass Burger.
Needs no explanation whatsoever. Makes perfect sense.
Man, what was that John Turley guy's name? I think it was Asperger.
Asperger?
I'm gonna look for Asperger.
Well, like the scary
Because
alternative
people
to
looking
that.
for the disorder, or
That's
like the
that's the
fetish.
scary alternative to that, where it's like, yeah, they don't know how to spell it. I'm a Asperger.
Tadpog. Okay, that sounds related.
This looks legit. Click.
I don't know why they name a disease that. Seems juvenile, but ass.
Y'all really don't know how to SEO.
Can you help? Is that a
I
thing?
can.
Oh my god, this is great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got you.
We'll hook you up.
All right,
I have to. Number one. I think
number
is
one.
obvious.
Number 1, Tyler. What is it?
It has to be Bailey J.
Bailey J.
For real?
For real, 100%. Bailey J is the search term that gets people to TADPOG more than any other.
Holy
And-
shit!
And
Jacob is going crazy.
per our conversation prior to recording, one of those searches was mine. Not even lying. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I'm not even being. I'm serious.
No,
Thank
we
you.
know.
Now I know.
We
I
know.
get it.
We love Bailey J.
I remember you.
Oh, I'm gonna have to like find a way to contact her and be like, please come. Do you like video games? Is there any game you like? Come on our show and talk about
Whatever
it.
you do, though, do not listen to this episode because you'll be like, "No, I'm
I
never
remember you
doing
talking
anything."
about the. I remember you talking about some gif where she was like brushing her teeth.
Oh yeah,
or something.
That's the first one that Tyler ever sent.
Okay.
me.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that, and I remember seeing that one time, and I was like, I saw this chick brushing her teeth, and I was like, oh wait, I know what's about to happen.
Well,
You didn't click back, did you? You let it
Yeah, I
happen.
had to fuck out, let it happen. Yeah.
I want to say something. Let me just say that it was a naked woman brushing her teeth. It wasn't. Tyler wasn't just like sending me random videos he's found of people brushing their teeth on YouTube, like shot through a trailer.
Right,
window.
it was a chick with exposed breasts brushing her teeth.
Hey, Dad, guess what my new fetish is? It's just this girl's brushing their teeth.
All right. Well, I guess I got a new
I
fetish too,
jerked off with Aquafresh the other night.
and it was not fresh.
Bad. It was bad.
Tingly.
Oh man.
Foams up too much.
Three
Can't do
types.
it.
3 types of tingly.
Okay, here's a random fact about toothpaste. I'm sure everybody really wants to know the way toothpaste foams in your mouth.
Yeah.
That's included. That agent is included to make you feel like you're cleaning your teeth more. It actually does not clean your teeth.
Really?
And that is what makes orange juice taste so terrible.
The foam?
Oh,
The
that
foaming agent in
foaming
toothpaste.
agent.
It was the peppermint. Okay.
Otherwise,
It's the unnecessary foaming agent that's just a mental crutch to make you feel like you've done something.
Wow.
Yep.
That is interesting.
Just
Bailey J, Bailey J, Bailey J, Bailey J.
broken.
Chrono Trigger Earthbound.
Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Chrono Trigger.
So we started SoundCloud. That happened in 2015. That was the 2015 thing that third most searched guy on TADPOG. That sentence didn't make sense, but whatever. Ashley Shake, Cockmaster Shake,
Cogmaster.
donated to TADPOG. So I have some interesting information about SoundCloud in particular. The most listened episodes on SoundCloud are different than our overall most listened to episodes. They are, in my opinion, much better episodes than like the actual top 3. It goes in this order. Number 3, The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Number 2, so I got to 3 and I was like, okay, so it's probably just like really good games that people search for all the time. And we just happen to show up because, it's searching for that title. Then I read number 2, The California Raisins. The Grape Escape.
Fuck yeah.
There's one for
great
Micah.
episode.
There's one for Exalted Lord Mike. And number 1, Tyler, I've heard you mention this one several times, I believe. Please correct me if I'm wrong. When people ask for a good episode to listen to, The Death and Return of Superman.
That and I used to say that and Lion King a whole lot.
Lion King, yes. Actually, I remember hearing you say Lion King. And I need to re-listen to Lion King and figure out why you like it so much. I could just ask you.
We
but
aggressively shit on it, and I feel like it was really funny.
we did. I felt this is what's fucked up, and this will reveal a little of my personality, I guess. I felt like we were pretty kind to the Lion King.
I remember because it was one of the things we were. It's not like I thought it was a little worse. You thought it was a little better. Like we were exactly at -7s together on the Lion King and shit equally upon it.
All right.
I don't know.
I have to
It
listen.
sounds more to me like Tyler was like, we shit on it aggressively. Dave's like, I could have brought a little more.
Gage would be upset.
He loves the Lion
Well,
King.
yeah.
Love the
Grew up
game.
Just the Lion King.
I mean, the movie's fantastic.
He
I
played
love
the
movie.
game too when he was little, so I'm sure he has a special place in his heart for it. So.
Yeah, I got those rose-colored glasses
Oh, yeah.
on.
I mean, there were like good Disney games of that era, like Aladdin.
Aladdin
was very
was
good.
this
was
is a
good.
question I did want to ask, and I don't want to take away from the list too much because I know we're probably.
I'm
running
done with the
long.
list. This is good.
There was a episode I listened to recently where you guys brought up Aladdin, and of course I have not been listening since the beginning. I have to go back to the beginning and catch up to the middle or 2/3 of the way through where I've caught up. There are apparently two schools of thought on the Aladdin game.
Oh, yes.
Genesis versus Super
Yes.
Nintendo.
Yep.
For the record, Genesis was my preference.
Okay.
I enjoyed the Genesis version.
The Genesis version of Aladdin, not just the Genesis
of
as a
Aladdin.
console.
Of Aladdin.
Okay.
We had
Really?
a Genesis, and Aladdin was one of the games. And
Yeah.
I really had a great time playing. And I thought the graphics on that were really great for the
Surprising,
for the system.
yeah.
Surprisingly good. Correct. That's exactly how I felt about it. So I didn't realize that was a thing. I didn't know there was a difference, honestly, because
So-
I didn't ever have the game for SNES. So.
As a Genesis owner, it sounds like you won out on Aladdin and Jurassic Park.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the Genesis
And-
version of Jurassic Park just fucking blew the SNES
and Mortal
version out of
Kombat.
the water.
Mortal Kombat. I had
Yeah.
It had blood.
I had
the blood.
version.
See, I've heard. I need to get Shadowrun for Genesis and play that because I know the Super Nintendo Genesis versions are completely different. They are 100% different games, and I love Shadowrun enough on the SNES that I want more of it. So
I'd
I would
also
play
like
on
to play it
Genesis.
on Genesis. We should do that.
Yeah,
There you go. There's an eventual.
I guess we can segue into how the sausage is made a little bit because what our original intention was
If it was to make some fucking sausage.
make the sausage. Like the show was going to convert.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of what a G synonym for sausage would be, but I can't think of it. Because TADPOG with Tyler and Dave placate
Oh,
old
I got you. Just throw
something for sausage.
Just throw the acronym away. We don't need it.
Okay,
We don't just throw our Tadpog shackles to the ground and we
People
are now,
think we're talking about our dicks. No, we're
Yeah.
actually just making
Really
sausage.
Man, that's a good idea for a show, actually. Where it's like it works on two levels. It like actually teaches you how to make delicious sausage, but it's just the funniest fucking dick jokes you've ever heard.
Making sausage is not fun. I have done an excessive amount of making sausage. It sucks. It really sucks.
It involves intestine, right?
Yet
Yeah.
it still sounds like a euphemism.
'Cause
I know.
Yeah, no matter how many times you
Right?
say it. I know
for-
it's. Yeah, I know
For 6 weeks in culinary school, we just made sausage.
6 weeks?
See exactly what I'm saying.
Holy
Different kinds of like sausage.
shit.
It rolled into like sausage and pate and like all the kind of meat, all that's put together. So it was a lot, and like we didn't use like nice sausage making machines.
So-
We had the old fashioned like sausage mills.
Would you call your time in culinary school a sausage fest?
Yes. Yep.
Jacob is slowly losing his mind over here. I look over and
looks
he
scared.
mouthed to me, why are you talking about sausage?
Yeah. I have no idea where this came from.
Well, it is a video game podcast, Jacob.
I was just like, a very long time talking about the specifics of making sausage.
Yeah. You had to be careful too, Jacob. It was hard because the casing is brined so much it would make the skin on your hands peel if you didn't wash it off properly. Ooh. Yeah.
Jesus.
That hurt a little bit
I don't
inside,
wanna-
honestly.
And now you know.
There you go.
Is that why they say you don't want to know how the sausage is made?
It's exactly why it is.
That is a phrase, by the way, right?
I thought
But
it's because it's like there's like snouts and shit. There's
Yeah.
meat.
Bad
there,
parts.
Like, yeah.
Not the eaty parts. Yeah.
not the eaty parts, the walking and poopy parts.
The buttholes.
Sniffy poopy part.
The things with shit on them, not the insides.
But because we done the finished the SNES list.
Yeah.
The games at the end, great. We're having a good time. We ended well with that.
Yeah.
Happy. Knocked off the eventually list some games while we decided N64.
Yeah, and that felt good for a while.
That felt good. And then N64, then it just became where you're just having to play games that like they're not so bad that it's fun to make fun of them.
Right.
And they're not like particularly great. They're just all kind of long and cumbersome. Like
One might say cucumbersome.
Yeah, cucumbersome. So like there were so many spots on that list where it's just like there were some bad burnout spots in
There
that
were.
list. So it taught us like, okay, we definitely can't do like GameCube now. We can't.
Right.
I mean,
Oh,
I mean,
shit, no. That
it would be
take
too hard.
forever.
Yeah.
And like there are games like doing anything beyond like the era that we started with would just have to be kind of touch and go, or a very small list, or very select games.
Sure.
So after the N64 list, like we talked for a long time about what we wanted to do, and we had come to the agreement that we were going to do the top 25 to 30 Genesis games. But we decided, well, we'll do that in the start of the year. So then, like, I really wanted to go back and do more Super Nintendo. Mm-hmm. So we
Because
started.
you want to play all of the.
I want by
Nintendo
the in
games.
TADPOG's run that we have done every single Super Nintendo game.
That means
that's the dream.
Like at the minimum, we're gonna be doing this for like 7 more years.
Yeah. If the Flophouse can do it, so can we. It's fine. But once we went back to that list, it was so refreshing coming off the N64 list to do just kind of a pick a game. This sounds interesting, and be able to do it, sit down, play it without spending days and days and trying to organize our schedule to make playtime and then go back and forth. So it was easy, no pressure, and it's in our wheelhouse. So I think instead of picking up with the list in January, I'm just going to just keep doing this for a little while.
I feel like this is good.
Yeah.
I like what we're doing now. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of like going back to how I felt originally in the show. And that is that I'm doing this to have fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's weird because like I feel like we're very much ourselves on the mics. I feel like we're a little exaggerated on the mics, but like deep down, I feel like we're really who we are.
Yeah.
And it's weird to just like get that feeling back again because at a certain point, I feel like we reached where we were more like trying to perform. Instead of speaking true who we are,
Yeah.
and I feel like we're back there, and that's great. I
can't
feel
agree
great
more.
about it.
Yeah. I can't agree more with what you said, and it's what I've said before about how I feel about listening to the show. Tyler, I haven't known you as long as I've known Dave, but Dave, I've known you a long time, and the way you are on the mic is you.
Yeah.
And that is what
Thank you.
that's why I like listening to this show, because I've always been a fan of you and your personality, and so that really comes through. And Tyler, I know what I've learned about you since I've gotten to know you and played. We gamed for a little bit on the board. We did a little D&D.
And I played a pretty bombastic character.
You did, and I got a really good insight into you. And I feel like you're always being very honestly you on this show as
Yeah,
well. That's
absolutely.
what don't ever change that. Don't ever change that, because the ones that truly love the show know what they're getting. They know that they're getting the real deal.
Yeah, I love that feedback we get from people because, like, we wanted it to be like you're feeling like you're hanging out with your friends and talking about. Because we're not professionals, we're not gamers. We don't work for a game company. We're not. Yeah. We're just,
I've never heard that before. Not professional.
We're not professional.
I've been bamboozled. I'm out.
So it's just like just people who like games.
Yeah.
So and then to feel like you're just talking with your friends about games that you played
Yeah.
or used to play.
I love that.
So like being genuine is important. So it
Yeah.
has that feel, and we've gotten a lot of public and private feedback like that. People appreciate that.
The calls alone are evidence that you're doing it right,
shit,
because you get
yeah.
these people calling in and talking about. There was God, I wish I could remember who it was. It was probably who's the one that calls all the time?
Adam.
Adam. Just gushing.
and
This
that's
guy loves you, but that's okay. That's a good thing.
It
because
feels wonderful.
because he knows that he's getting real. I know that's why he loves the show, because it's like he even said this in one of his calls. I feel like I'm sitting in the room with some buddies talking about games, cutting up, getting off track, and just doing the thing. Don't fuck with the formula. I'm serious.
I don't-
For real.
You got it right.
I've
You
got
it right.
No.
Because
idea to do that.
somebody mentioned calls. I know this is totally off topic, but
Wait,
I know.
not on this show.
Sorry, we're gonna have to stop that shit. But like, I remember it was funny. Taryn called in and mentioned being around a lot of really like much younger people, like the new job she started, and she heard someone use the term "on fleek."
Yeah,
I remember that.
that's a tadpog. That's a
I've been
tadpog
at
phrase.
basic training with a bunch of motherfuckers that are like 17 to 20 years old, and literally this kid,
Please tell me.
this kid who's like my roommate.
Yes.
He's talking to somebody
Oh, God.
on fucking Skype, and he goes, "Yep, eyebrows on fleek, son. I turned around like, in the wild. I heard it. Fucking lost my shit.
That's only applied to eyebrows and vagina.
Yeah.
Nothing else can be on
Apparently.
fleek.
Not even butthole.
Well,
Not
it's
even,
funny.
no, butthole not on fleek.
My wife and I.
Speak for yourself.
Wait, if any butthole's gonna be on fleek, it's the Burger Bottom. So
That's
that's
right. Hey,
totally
man.
fine.
Hey, man.
My wife and I were walking through the mall the other day doing a little Christmas shopping, and somehow I uttered the phrase as a complete.
Are you shitting me?
As a reference, I mean, I'm hearing it here and
Yeah.
laughing. I just made the comment. I was like, man, that shit be on fleek, though. Tanya looked at me. She looked at me like,
Like you're from another planet.
no.
No?
She's, you know that phrase? Yeah,
Oh, yeah. She's more plugged in than you
of
are,
course
right?
I know that shit.
She pulled you into the hot
said,
topic
honey?
dressing room and fucked you like you've never been fucked.
I said, honey, this pussy be on fleek.
What is happening? Oh my god, I love this episode.
Oh, God.
This is
yeah.
gonna be one that I like listen to annually. I am going to listen
At
like
Christmas.
yes, I'm gonna be like fucking 60 years old, like listening to this, being like, that was a really, really good time.
This is the TADPOG Christmas special. That's what it is.
yeah.
You got to use the Charlie Brown and just change the title.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's so
So-
so many kinds of wrong.
We got Star Wars in like 10 minutes.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So
We must go. If you need to finish, I'll take him.
How fast can
We'll
you
get
rip
started.
through that disclaimer?
It's
So thanks for listening, everybody.
It's 8:55. When do you have to leave?
in 5 minutes.
Okay. Oh man. Okay.
But how
Thanks
long
for listening, everybody.
So let's
We're
just
at
go
an
through the
hour
rest
and
of
6
our.
minutes. Shortest episode ever.
Yeah, it's the shortest one in a while. Then.
But
Yeah, we started really pretty late.
full of amazing content. So it's really about
It's
the same.
quality over
Yeah.
quantity. It's coming full circle, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Our first episode was what, like 24 minutes?
Yep.
Or the next 25 minutes of you just talking by yourself.
Or does it be me and Jacob?
leave.
Just
You,
talking?
Jacob, come in and finish the
Yeah, but
episode.
Jacob doesn't get on the mic. He stays over there on the couch.
It was like I wish I remember
Just talks
exactly.
from afar.
I wish I remembered exactly what Zach asked you one year. Like we went to Atlanta, and Zach was there. We were all in the car, and Zach asked you some question about acting that I could tell the look on your face was just like, Zach, you're the stupidest motherfucker I have ever met.
I feel bad.
I forget what he
Really
said
obvious question.
because like he asked you something and you went, Zach, that's like having me explain the difference between sandwiches and forks. I guess in some way they are tangentially related to each other, but not really related at all.
Wow.
Damn.
That is
Like, I think
deep.
I said, feels
That
like-
sounds like something that you said to me.
To me, it feels
No,
like
it's-
something that like someone wrote for me.
No, that's definitely
Wow,
something
that
you
is
said.
interesting.
That's definitely.
Well, you wrote it for yourself.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I can't remember the question he asked you. I just remembered your
we-
response
how
to
did
him
we get
and like
here?
how he just like wilted like, okay.
How did we
Sorry,
get
Zach.
to this point?
I hope that was a really obvious question.
I don't know.
Fuck knows.
I'm trying to figure
It was
out.
something.
I was like,
it was
did I
something
say
about
something
acting. It was
stupid
something
that
about
caused
acting.
this
That's all
to
I
happen?
remember.
Okay.
We're all just talking amongst ourselves.
No one wants to hear this.
It's radio. It's radio.
I feel like they'll forgive us because they
gonna-
stopped listening 18 weirds ago.
The one where you have so many guest hosts, we split off into cliques and have independent conversations.
So we learned the limit. We learned the limit of guest hosts. It cannot be 3.
oh,
It's
I mean,
weirds like Rads and Fallout.
Exactly.
18 weirds ago.
Keep an eye on your weirds.
My fucking weirds meter is off the fucking charts right now.
How many bands are on the Weirds meter? That's
So many
how
fucking
many color
bands.
bands. How many color bands are on the weird
It
meter?
starts and ends in red.
Yeah, right. That's
It is
your,
red
that's your
to red.
malfunction, and you're over weird.
Yeah.
Not enough weird.
So any last minute comments to add?
I love all of you.
It's good to have you back, John.
I knew Dave and I
It's
knew
good
getting you
to
guys together an
fucking
episode was
back.
going to
Let
be
me
good.
just say that
Yeah.
shit.
We've been talking about this day for weeks. That this was the goal. This
Well,
was,
it wasn't too much of a letdown.
no. Seriously,
No, this
we
was
said
wonderful.
as soon as John comes back, the absolute first opportunity we have, we're recording TADPOG. Ian and John, Tyler and Dave, all together, and it happened.
I was skeptical that I would see you at all. So I'm glad I did.
It was exactly how
Well, you're
I
gonna see
envisioned
me
it would
again.
be.
Good. Yeah,
We're
we're gonna
going
go
to the castle.
We're gonna go to the Sin House and
Fuck yeah,
eat
baby.
dead
I want to go to
pig.
Sin House.
Hell yeah, you do.
I don't even know what it is, but I want to go.
Country castle,
castle.
It's been a long time since I've
That's-
brought that up.
That's not Sin House, you guys.
No, it's not. Sin House is beside the country castle.
You asked my dad. And I was like, the two things in this world that are evil and you
I'm
shouldn't
sorry,
even fuck with
Randy.
are the Krampus, and
Country
Castle.
I'm sorry, Randy. You could not be more wrong about the country castle.
We haven't referenced Country Castle in a while. It is a local restaurant where they serve alcohol. So of course it is the worst
Well,
thing.
they serve like beer and fucking wine coolers.
fuck.
They don't even serve like hard liquor. or
my
anything. It's
parents
not a bar.
they did not want me to even look at it when we drove down the road. Like this was taught to me from day one.
I know.
That is the worst place
I
in
guarantee
the world.
you they don't serve milk with fucking bread in it.
Yeah, because they're not pure-hearted enough.
Tyler, can we please make this happen? I'm 100% serious. Can we please get your father in on an episode? It's you, me, and him. He has no idea what we're going to talk about. And then I would like to open this show. I would like to open the show and we don't introduce ourselves or anything. This is how it opens. Randy, can you list to me things that are evil? And then and then it's just him for the rest of the episode. Like you and I, we don't even interact.
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on iTunes, Stitcher, and SoundCloud. So to miss the next episode, we don't know what it is. That'll be in 2016. Do you know what we love? 5-star written iTunes reviews. We love them, so please, as your Christmas gift to us, go to iTunes, subscribe, leave a 5-star rating, write a review.
Despite everything.
Yeah, despite everything that you've just encountered, which may or may not be in the show or be next in the stinger. We'll just have to see. So please, if there's a game you want us to play, or I guess for an episode, then please just leave that in the review, and we promise that we will get to that eventually. Every single person but me is covering their face right now.
It's just
Like I could have easily spent the next 45 minutes jerking off, and no one would have been any the wiser.
Oh, the shame is palpable.
TADPOG Nation, I am so fucking sorry.
Don't worry, guys. We'll be back next week. In the meantime, you can always find us. We're online. We're online. Just type in TADPOG, you'll find it.
Or Bailey J.
Or Ashley Shea.
Just type them in, and you'll get there. We promise.
Don't type in Ashley Shea.
They're not going to be show notes. There's not going to be show notes for this one, so you don't even have to go to the site. We're on Facebook. Thanks, guys, for being there and commenting. There's a lot of cool people there doing a lot of cool shit. My mind broke a few minutes ago, so you'll please just give me a moment. You can find us on Twitter. We are at TADPOG_podcast. It's come for some fun real
What happened?
Why?
Thank you for everybody who's retweeting us. We really appreciate it, especially the episode announcements. It's really cool.
You know what all us shitlords need to do?
Check our fucking
Check our
privilege. Hey man, did you like this episode? hey, you think do we deserve money for this? Remember the thing we said where you were like, yeah, I'll give him my hate money. You can do that at patreon.com/TADPOG. Thank you, everybody. I gotta get serious. Thank you, everybody,
Serious.
for donating, because that really is an awesome thing. You can call us if you want to do that. You can call us. It's,
You're a step away from Saul Rosenberg.
270. I can't. For some reason, I can't remember the phone number in Saul's voice.
Saul doesn't know the number.
883-255-5555.
Dave is like a Daniel Day-Lewis level actor. So if the character wouldn't know the number, the character just doesn't know the number.
Tell Saul the number.
Someone please tell Saul the number.
Please, Nicole's box still needs filling.
Yeah.
It doesn't need. It doesn't need.
He doesn't know.
Please don't leave Nicole's box empty and aching in the new year. So please fill it.
So that was someone's phone. All right, cool.
Naturally.
So if there's something you want us to send us for an intro, for a game you want us to do, whatever, please send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
Our intro song is "It's Moves" by Sycamore Drive.
He's not even going to ask.
Nope.
No,
I'm
no.
leaving that the fuck
A
alone.
link
until,
to that
until I
track
can hear it. Yeah.
can be found in the show notes. That will not be at tadpog.com.
No show notes.
We'll just have the plugs. There just won't be any actual content.
Oh, that reminds me. Loaded Cart Gaming. Their Paul Kluhl's podcast just launched. So all goofs aside, definitely check out his show. I've listened and it's good.
Good deal.
That was Jon Turley just straight up burping on the mic.
Well, there's John's endorsement.
All decorum out.
You're
What are we
welcome.
even doing here?
You're welcome, Paul.
Do excuse me, how very uncouth.
So thanks for the best Tadpog year yet. We're looking forward to the next one because it'll probably keep going. It might end after this. I don't know.
We'll see if it survives.
But we'll
this
see if it
one.
keeps going.
If it does, you're really onto something. You really have it figured
We've
out.
tapped into the Donald Trump audience, and we're good.
Don't get me started.
I've explained your views on how tight you need gun control to be in this country, John, and you have not come on to defend it. So people believe your views based on what I say.
Hillary Clinton.
You have to say
Man, I'm gonna take that whole thing out.
You probably should.
I have to take
should.
every bit of that sentence he said
sorry.
out.
Yeah.
Not one part of that was an
Donald
acceptable
Trump.
sentence to say.
Just all Yoshis and
That's gonna be a
Goombas.
lot. It's just gonna be a coin, a Yoshi stomp, and a jump. That's all it's gonna be.
John's back, everyone.
I'm sorry. I actually fucked that up.
Yeah, I know you did.
I'm kind of drunk.
You
and
opened your
I meant to say Hillary Clinton as Donald Trump is.
And we're Yoshi.
There you go.
That still wasn't cool.
You clarified your point.
We get it, John. You're an awful person. You don't have to keep reiterating.
Am I?
No. I love you. Zach posts way weirder shit about Hillary Clinton on Facebook every day,
yeah, well,
so it's fine.
No, I mean I hate them both. So
How do you want to close this out?
Do we have to?
I guess no, we don't. We do.
yeah, I'm afraid. So.
Can we just disappear?
Yeah.
Can we ghost? Can we ghost on our own podcast, Jacob? Is that allowed?
So until next
ghosted.
time.
Wouldn't it be weird if one of us died and then this was the last episode and we don't say Tropical Capricorn on it? Do you think that we should just say it like real soft?
You just said it.
End recording.
Tomb of Horrors?
Whoa.
Whores.
Tomb of Horrors.
Tomb of Horrors.
Tumor Horrors.
Tomb of Horrors.
That's all.
It's a surprisingly popular fetish. We didn't.
Tumor Horrors?
Tumor
Yeah.
horror.